Good afternoon and a very big welcome to Hillsborough on this very special day, a real carnival atmosphere here for the big game. Everybody knows, I'm sure, that Sheffield Wednesday need just 1 point, yes, just one single point, and they'll be back in the First Division after an absence of 14 years. And who really would deny them that after their marvellous feats this season? Remember, they've lost only 5 games in the whole of the league season. Well, I'll be introducing you to the teams in a moment, but I can tell you that one player who won't be out there today will be the Wednesday defender, Mark Smith. Mark's injured, but he will be very much part of our programme. He's going to be joining me in the commentary box. Well, the teams will be coming out shortly, but before that, let's just sample a little of this marvellous atmosphere. And a guard of honour awaits the Sheffield Wednesday team onto the pitch. And here, the skipper, Mike Lyons, leading out the Sheffield Wednesday side. They'll soon hit that sunlight. What a significant day as well for Mike Lyons, his 100th appearance for the club. And listen to the roar. No one will want to win more today than Mike Lyons. And these people all want a Sheffield Wednesday victory. Pearson passed the fitness test today and takes his place in this lineup. The only change from the side beaten at Middlesbrough midweek being at substitute. Gary Bannister, who damaged ankle ligaments 18 days ago, has made a remarkable recovery and will be on the bench if his goal-scoring talents are needed. A familiar face in the Palace ranks, Andy McCulloch, made captain for the day, was playing up front alongside Bannister here last season. He was a great favourite at Hillsborough, but he won't be too popular if he scores today. Palace manager Alan Mullery chooses the side that finished the Easter Monday victory over Charlton, which means that Kevin Mabbott, who scored as a late substitute, starts this time in the number 7 shirt, switching roles with David Giles. Referee today, Alan Banks from Manchester, a very experienced official, just as well on this day when tension is likely to be high. And it's Crystal Palace in their red shirts and black shorts who get the game underway. And they'll move that ball back to the early touch that all goalkeepers like. And here's George Wood. Well, he does have a very long kick, Wood. Let's see how far he manages to land this one. Well in again, Laurie Madden. Pearson once more gets his head to the ball. Gilbert, Shelton snapping in that challenge once more, but they've worked the ball away as far as Cannon. Well, Cunningham bit the grass. Referee said play on. Hodge, who must surely be acting under instructions with these great long kicks, almost reached the penalty area. And the Wednesday pressure at the moment is remorseless, but they've as yet got no reward from 18 minutes of play. Worthington, long throw. Oh, there seemed to be, McCulloch looked to be holding Lyons down there. Pearson, that was a good ball, and a little chip into the middle. Here's Verratti, can he turn? Oh, good tackle from Gary Locke. But again, it was a fine ball in from John Pearson the first time. Just look at that for a crowded goalmouth. Megson will hope to pick out a blue and white shirt. He's going to have to dig a hole there. Well, Variation 35, I think, this one. It's the short corner, looking again for Lyons. Oh, it went straight across goal. Cunningham. It's away by Gilbert. Only as far as Sterland, left foot, and that ball sliced away for a corner. The Palace defence in a little bit of disarray then. George Wood lost it in the melee. So Megson has another chance to set something up from the quadrant. Oh, good flick on, and is that over the line? Appeals for it over the line. The header was from Shelton. It was knocked away. Here's Cunningham, here's Shelton again. Now Varady, and there'll be no power behind that one. The closest Sheffield Wednesday have come. Well, that's certainly worth looking at again. Gary Megson here with a well-flighted corner. Now you see two men going to that near post. It's John Pearson who gets the first flick, Gary Shelton there, and it's Houghton, no, it's Hilaire in fact, who gets it away. Referee Banks says Madden was illegally using his hands in the back of Kevin Mabbott. So Palace, who barely threatened in this opening half, have a chance to show what they can do. And it's Locke. Curler for that far side, no doubt was looking for McCulloch. It eventually drops at the foot of Jerry Murphy, who puts in another cross. He's never got a dip enough. At least it kept Martin Hodge alert. Mark, I think it's worth a comment about another Wednesday defender here. Laurie Madden doesn't get a lot of praise. Again, he's one of those sort of unsung heroes, isn't he?
Yeah, I think every team, I think most successful teams have got somebody like that. But Laurie, you know, he's a good player, a good battler, very steady at the back. You can always be relied on, I think.
Here is Madden right behind Mabbott. Just did enough again to put the player off, but Hilaire's still there for Palace. Good cross for McCulloch as well, and Andy McCulloch would have relished that moment if the ball had ended in the net. Martin Hodge is shouting at Nigel Worthington. I don't think he was too pleased that the cross was allowed to come in. We can just have a look at this now as it's Hilaire who puts in the cross. It's perfectly placed for Andy McCulloch, a man of his size and strength, always dangerous, but off target.
I think that we've got to keep the ball away from Andy like that, because really they just meat and drink to Andy, balls like that.
Yes, he's here now, the man who scored 49 goals in his Wednesday career. Did a tremendous amount of work for this club. Pearson unable to get a clear header that time, but Wednesday will keep the pressure on here, and Locke now has got himself really into a corner. Hustled by both Cunningham and Shelton. It'll be rather a nice time for Wednesday to get a goal here, 10 minutes from half-time. Worthington's long throw again, up will go Lyons with McCulloch, and Lyons got the touch. It was Gilbert who knocked it away. Here's Megson, he can drive this one in, deflection. Wood did well because he was going the other way. Strong shot from Megson, it took a deflection. And you can see how well George Wood does here, because Mike Lyons goes up with McCulloch, and it's Lyons definitely who gets the header in. The ball knocked away by Billy Gilbert, but then as the dropping down here, Gary Megson is able to create a little bit of space for himself, drives it in, and Wood, turning the wrong way, made the save. And as we said that, he makes another save, and there's great anger there at Tony Cunningham. It's Jim Cannon leading the protests. Referee Banks is going to have to sort them out here. The insinuation obviously is that Cunningham left a boot in there. George Wood has clearly taken a knock.
He was a bit unfortunate there, Tony, because it was a 50-50 ball, and the keeper was very brave, he came for it, but Tony's got to really go through with him.
Right, well, we can have a look at it again, Mark. And first of all, the ball won very well in the air, yet again by John Pearson. Here's Cunningham battling for it with Houghton, and she just follows through, and that's the moment he caught with. Nicholas looking for support, and there really wasn't much. But they've created something out of nothing here, Palace, as Mabbott took that pass from Murphy. Must be looking again, I would think, for McCulloch. This time it's surely going to be too long, but Mel Sterland decides safety is the best course of action. And in fact, there won't be a corner kick because the referee has already spotted an offence. Shirtliff this time finds Berardi. He's got to control the ball on his chest. It bounced quite high for him there. Well, we seem to be having a procession of these long throw-ins at the moment. Worthington again waiting for Mike Lyons to make that run again. It's McCulloch who goes with him. Cunningham! Good save! Still the danger not averted though, as there's several people up here in this attack. It's Gilbert eventually who knocks it away. Palace just weathering the storm a little at the moment, but they've now got to contend with Sterland's cross. Pearson going in. McCulloch gets it away as far as Hilaire. But Wednesday will keep the pressure on. Sterland again is fed this time by Shirtliff. Berardi has taken up a sensible position out there on the flank, trying to use his pace to get past Houghton. Has to come back inside and then knocks a left-footed cross, which Cunningham might just reach. Now Hilaire. Able to bring that ball away, and he's run 30-40 yards already. Played a good ball into the path of Mabbott, who should just keep it in play. And Mabbott and Hilaire working quite well here. The cross was cut out by Lyons. Well, a moment or two ago there was consternation in the Palace defence from yet another long throw from Worthington. That ball seemed to take an eternity to come down, but eventually McCulloch just missing his header, and the ball bouncing for Cunningham, who gets in a good header. What a fine save that is by Wood. Nicholas must surely be offside, but the exercise won't have done Martin Hodge any harm. Mark, that really was an excellent save from George Wood to deny Tony Cunningham.
Yeah, he's done two good saves up to now. You know, the shot from Gary Mixon was deflected, and he must have only seen it very late, like, and then, as you say, that one really just fingertipped it onto the post.
Well, the reason for Martin Hodge's annoyance is that Vince Hilaire is sat down. Referee Banks is telling him to get up. And he smiles. Well, I don't know what all that was about. It must be the summer sun. Palace, it should not be forgotten, will be delighted to get a point here. Just about as much as Wednesday would be. Cunningham did well to keep that ball in play. Can he get past Houghton though? No, he can't get past Cummins either. A little hop, step and a jump from the referee. Shelton. Wilkinson has been warning all week that Crystal Palace wouldn't just come here to lie down and die, and I think, Mark, it's proving the point really that Palace are just as mindful of getting the points today as Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh yeah, they're desperate for points really, John. I mean, I think they're about 4th or 5th from the bottom, so if they get something today, it will help them on the way.
Free kick inside the area. Gary Locke under pressure. Was happy to give away a corner then. Be a good time to get a goal, this, Mark.
It'll be a lovely time, just before half-time. Yeah. I think we've looked very dangerous up to now from corner kicks.
Well, Howard Wilkinson would certainly appreciate a goal. Megson, corner kick. Shirtliff, oh, on the goal line, it's locked this time, who gets it away. So close once more to a goal from a set piece. Worthington knocks it back in. Good shot from Verardi. It didn't quite have enough sting. Trying to add to the 19 goals he's already scored. So Palace enjoying a bit more of the possession of these closing moments of the first half. And they've two men coming forward in this attack, and McCulloch appeal for offside is given.
They're a very good one-touch side, John. I must admit, like, especially when Vince Alaire's on the ball, and they just like tend to knock it into space, and they've got a few people running onto it, and they look a bit dangerous.
That's right, there's some very skillful players, but at the end of 45 minutes, we await the first goal. And Sheffield Wednesday, well, they'll be happy to hang on, I suppose, at this stage. But half-time at Hillsborough is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Crystal Palace 0. And here comes Mike Lyons then for the second half, and a crucial 45 minutes for Sheffield Wednesday. And Howard Wilkinson has been saying that the players have been a little bit nervy, a bit edgy in the closer weeks of this season. But as they go down that tunnel, they know they're only 45 minutes away from glory. And I think that one goal would take away a lot of that tension and nervousness. Well, that ball may end up in the trophy cabinet here at Hillsborough. If Sheffield Wednesday win promotion today, it will be regarded as a souvenir. And off we go. The crowd is singing. They've heard the half-time scores and know that Newcastle are losing and that Manchester City are losing. But I'm sure they'd rather celebrate in real style with a Wednesday victory today. They don't want to go up by default. Sterling's throw for Pearson, and a nice little ball through for Verardi. Onside, shadowed here by Houghton, but he's got the ball back for Sterling, who always looks to get into space. So strong, he often achieves it too. Oh, good ball from Megson inside the area. Megson still trying to get in the cross. Here's Sterling, able to tee himself up and knock it across. Cunningham, should he lay it back for Shelton or go himself? Cunningham still going, will get a corner. The better ball may have been one for Shelton, but in the end Cunningham had to go it alone.
I'm just thinking there, John, had a bit of my life that Melvin had a shot there.
Yes, that may well have been a sign of the edginess we were talking about. To take the responsibility. So it's another Gary Megson corner, and he's waiting until everybody gets into the right positions. Lyons, the flick header, wide. Gary Bannister at that far side, just waiting, anxious to get into the action. For now it's Palace coming forward with Houghton, trying to weave himself into a good opening. He's done very well there as Henry Houghton. Not yet won a corner or anything for Palace. Oh, and a chance here perhaps for Nicholas. Brave goalkeeping actually from Martin Hodge. And with Nicholas's boot coming towards his face, that was especially brave goalkeeping.
Yeah, he's done very well here. I think he's got caught in the face as well with the looks of things.
Well, we can see what happens from the moment that Henry Houghton manages to find a little path for himself between the defenders there. Shirtliff gets across, Houghton's up to his feet first, knocks in the cross here, and the ball going beyond absolutely everybody, coming off Nicholas, and he just leaves his boot there as Hodge goes through. Murphy's corner looks useful. Oh, and on the line here, Mabbott, and off the line from Megson. Well, it was Wednesday's turn then to live dangerously. So we've seen goal line clearances at both ends. And And we can see how close Wednesday come here to being a goal down, as Hodge again makes an instinctive save from Mabbott, and it's Megson who gets it away. And the tempo is rising as Cunningham is inside the area, appeals for penalty. Penalty it is! Cunningham, for the second week running, is brought down inside the penalty area. Murphy protests, Gilbert protests. The decision will stand. The referee tells those 4 protesters to go away, but we can have a look again at what happens now. As the ball is floated inside the penalty area, Cunningham is so difficult to handle in these situations. He squeezes himself between the 2 defenders, Gilbert and Houghton, and Gilbert is adjudged to have bowled him over. He certainly stopped him getting at the ball. Penalty. Now, Mel Sterland has scored 3 times in the last 5 matches, and it was his penalty against Grimsby last week which won the match. Can he do it again? He'll hit it hard, he'll hit it true! And for the second week in a row, Mel Sterland takes the salute of the Hillsborough fans. They're happy now, they've had a long wait today. But Melvin Sterland's 8th goal of the season carries Sheffield Wednesday into a 1-goal lead. Still, the Crystal Palace players protest, and Gilbert is certainly going to be booked as Mel Sterland runs away knowing he's given his side the lead. Let's have another look at it. Melvin Sterland strikes a ball hard, he strikes it sweet as well. And amid all that, Billy Gilbert was booked for continuing his protest after the penalty. Mark, I imagine you're feeling a little bit more relieved.
Oh yeah, that's a great start for the lads. But it just shows you how football can go, John. You know, at the other end, Martin Hodge just pulled off a brilliant save. We go straight down the field and score.
Good point. It could have been 1-0 to Palace. I suppose that's the way things go when you're promoted or when you're relegated. Sterland now doing his defensive chores as well. Listen to the crowd singing now. Some way from promotion yet. But Wednesday have a free kick. Well, Alan Smith's off the bench. Peter Eustace is looking a little bit concerned, but inside I'm sure they're a lot happier than they were 10 minutes ago. Shirtliff, again looking for Cunningham, and Megson plays a good ball into the path of Shelton. Now control all important here as Shelton's inside the area with Gilbert. Tried to toe poke it in, and Cannon eventually gets it away. Still in play though, the ball. Pearson's with it now, taken up by Worthington, and Wood eventually makes the catch to relieve the pressure. Let's have a look at that one again. Gary Shelton there, and Varady playing a nice little pass, and Shelton's so good in these situations on the 1-2s. Wood having to spread himself, and Cannon getting the ball away.
I think they've got to come out a bit more now, John. They've got nothing to lose now.
Absolutely, and here's Houghton. And again, the danger of a deflection which he took. Yes, it's Mucker Nettles really for Crystal Palace. Especially with the news that Derby County were leading 1-0 at half-time against Manchester City.
So they've really got to have a go now. I suppose, like, it's better to lose 3-0 than just as well as 1-0. You might as well have a go.
Yes, although I doubt Alan Muller would be too pleased to lose 3-0. But Nicholas will take this corner for Crystal Palace. He's made his signal, and a good header and a good save as well. It was Jim Cannon who got up there, a firm header, and Martin Hodge reacting well. So Cannon, the big centre-half, going up and winning a clear header, firm header that one, and over the top from Hodge. And another one coming in, and this time it's Lyons who happily gives away another corner. Cannon, I said he was hobbling a few minutes ago, and he's still hobbling badly. Palace with the corner. Oh, good flick across. They're just as dangerous at these corners as Sheffield Wednesday, actually. There's not much you can do with those near post corners.
Yeah, as you said, John, they're very hard to defend against.
Something you never used to see in the game a few years ago. Now everybody does it. Everybody's racing out to create offside, and now Worthington will race forward to try and get Sheffield Wednesday into position for a second goal. Worthington trying one himself, maybe, chips it across the face of that goal. Well, it would have been a great day for Nigel Worthington to score his first goal for the club. He's got one this season for Notts County. But since his £100,000 signing from Notts County, Worthington's not scored. He comes forward here, plenty of room, able to have a think about it. What's he going to do? Well, he elects in the end to cut inside. Should it be right foot, should it be left? In the end, he opts for the right foot, and you can see how close he was. Going to pierce for offside, not given that time, but it didn't matter because Shelton had brought Sheffield Wednesday away. He's gone down the middle. Cunningham's in a big space. Sterling's outside him. Cunningham! The sort of thing you see so often when a player has to hit the ball first time and it bobbles.
Yeah, he was stretching a bit and the ball was running away for him. Bit of a lightning break, like as I said.
Well, yes, they're looking at their watches down there. We can tell them they've just over a quarter of an hour to survive, I suppose. Stay at 1-0, they'll be happy. It's certainly my feeling that Sheffield Wednesday have settled down to more like their normal style since they scored the goal. It's just calmed them down a little bit. They are looking more like scoring goals at the moment. They're putting the Palace defence under considerable pressure. Worthington's throw here. Calls for a header from McCulloch. Well, that roar was because Mr. Banks pointed in the direction of the Wednesday goal, indicating a throw into Crystal Palace when most folk thought it should have been the other way. Doesn't really matter because they've lost the ball. "13 minutes then left of this game, with Sheffield Wednesday leading 1-0. Cunningham coming forward onto Sterland's pass. And he's the offender this time. That's not a bad ball forward. Wednesday caught out a little here, and Mabbott could get something, but that good tackle by Peter Shirtley. Another of the quiet men of Hillsborough, Peter. But what an outstanding season he's had. Even so, it's a corner kick to Crystal Palace. Peter Nicholas has already caused a few problems with these this afternoon, and this time it's Cannon again. Fine catch. On the first day of the cricket season, Martin Hodge might well have been employed in the county championship. But if there's a worrying thing for Wednesday, it's that these corners are posing problems. Flighted in by Nicholas. Cannon's second header in a few moments. Well saved. It's a tricky little ball from McCulloch to Hilaire, and now Nicholas, and the flag's up. Well, I'm sure Mark, you'll endorse this. I think Martin Hodges earned his keep today.
Oh yeah, he's been called into action on a number of occasions now, and he's been equal to the task every time.
Well, we've just seen the first celebratory balloon. Oh, pushing the back there, it seemed, but Megson's still here. Pearson looking to turn. Oh, was there a handball there? No, says the referee. So, Murphy, Crystal Palace. And the pace has not slackened in this game, despite the fact it must be quite warm down there. Here's Houghton. Played the ball straight to Pearson.
See, things like that tend to get underestimated. Like John's run the length of the field to get a tackle in at the other end.
Absolutely. Yes, John Pearson's had a good game. I think that Gary Bannister's about to appear. And I think it's going to be Tony Cunningham who comes off. In fact, the signals there too, the referee's not spotted them yet. You can see the number 10 in Alan Smith's hand. And there'll be a big roar, you know, when Gary Bannister comes on. There'll be a big roar here from the Palace supporters if they get something. Because they're up in the penalty area, but in fact offside. So the moment then for Gary Bannister to make his entry. Howard Wilkinson standing alongside him. I'm sure we'll have a pat on the back for Tony Cunningham as well, the man who won the penalty, which has given Wednesday the slender but so vital lead. A shake of the hand. Here the local hero, scorer of 20 goals this season. He likes playing against Palace as well. He scored against them last season and he scored against them in both games in the previous season. Lions, long ball. Well, Palace, as we've said, have got nothing to lose, and they're 5 men up in this attack, and here's Nicholas, one of them, but allowed the ball to run away from him. Now Varadi, waiting for Megson, who's got nobody out on his right. We'll have now as Shirtliff joins the attack. To take on Houghton, looks to get round Houghton. Firm shoulder charge, Houghton wins in the end. Good defending by the fullback. Cummins finding Murphy in space. You see rather a lot of policemen in your picture over on that far side of the ground. That's in response to Howard Wilkinson's plea for the spectators not to come on the pitch when the final whistle goes. I think he'd rather see the players do a lap of honour than the pitch be invaded. 8 minutes away from that moment. Mark, how do the players feel about that? I mean, would they like to do the lap of honour, do you think, today?
Oh, I think so, yeah. In the past couple of seasons, like in my previous experience, like we've tended to get mobbed, you know, and sometimes it's very frightening for the players. But like, if they can keep off the pitch, like, and then the lads will do a lap around it, and then they'll show the thank you for the support.
Hilaire went down. Well, that was, I would have said that was inside the penalty area, to be honest. And I think that Vince Hilaire might have a point there. He's saying to Mr. Banks, well, that was certainly very, very close. That's how close Mr. Banks says it was. And I think Crystal Palace supporters in the crowd might have thought it was a yard or two inside. Nicholas then looks as though he's going to take the free kick, although Murphy might just lob it. He does, but straight to the head of Sterland. And good challenge by Worthington. Chances here surely on the break. Bannister against Houghton. Now then, Houghton just had enough pace to get there first. Tell you what, if Houghton had missed then, Bannister would have been through. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. That's how far Sheffield Wednesday are away from the First Division. Here's Bannister. Outside him is Sterland, inside the area. Oh, it just bobbled away from him for a moment. And that's going to be a corner kick. The ball literally just bobbled away from Mel Sterland as he went forward then. And really the icing on the cake would be provided by a second goal for the Owls. I suppose it would happen in a perfect script. Let's see if these players can make it happen. Megson with the corner. Lyons near post, won't get there ahead of Nicholas. So Cummins. And I'm sure every Sheffield Wednesday player is going to work like mad now for these closing 5 minutes to make sure that Crystal Palace don't get a goal. Easier said than done sometimes. Here's Nicholas inside the area. Well, you can see for yourself, the ball is out of play. Exactly 5 minutes to go. Mark, it must be a great feeling for you. I know you're disappointed not to be actually down there on the pitch as part of this celebration, but you're 5 minutes away from First Division football.
Oh, it's great. I'm really, and I am a bit disappointed not being out there with the lads helping them, but it's tremendous. Like, it's a tremendous achievement what we've done over the season. I'm really looking forward to next season in the First Division.
Well, at least this has perhaps been second best for you, Mark. It's been marvellous to have you up here and to watch this game. And I'm sure it's going to be an emotional finish for you and for everybody in the ground. So many players have contributed to Sheffield Wednesday's success this season. Not just the 12 who've been down there today, but lads like Kevin Taylor and Gavin Oliver and Charlie Williamson, who filled in at crucial stages of the season. Pat Hurd, they've all done a good job. And Mark Smith here as well, of course. And the singing has already started. And what a climax, really, to Howard Wilkinson's first season in management here with his old club. Oh, a chance for Bannister to finish it off. He's round the keeper. Oh, what a shame that Gary Bannister couldn't make it a fairy tale finish. The ball through from Shelton, just watch it here. It's such a good one. And Bannister actually gets round the keeper, but the angle gets a little bit too acute, and he lifts it wide. 45 seconds on the clock. There may well be a bit of injury time. Sterland's inside the area. Cannon happily concedes the corner. Now, can they finish with a flourish?
It'd be great to finish with a goal now, Joe.
It'd be fantastic. I think you might jump out of the commentary box, Mark. Don't do that, whatever you do. Megson's corner. The Lions. It would certainly have been appropriate if Mike Lyons could have scored, because for me there can be no more inspiring leader in the whole of the Football League, and there he is now, Lyons. Just look at the determination on his face as he won that ball. What a good moment that was to talk about Mike Lyons, who's been a great influence since he came to this club. I think most eyes now will be on the referee for that whistle, the arm in the air. Crystal Palace, while Sheffield celebrate, of course, for Crystal Palace a sickening moment. Oh, they're inside the area though here. Let's just pause for a moment. Nicholas might still try and get something out of the game for them. McCulloch's there too. Oh, they're lining up here. Hilaire pokes in the shot, saved by Hodge. Relief all round. I was just going to say that, of course, defeat for Crystal Palace means they're still very much in danger of relegation to Division 3. They've had a minute of injury time. Sterland for Wednesday. Megson outside him. He'll keep that ball in Wednesday possession for as long as he can. And again it's won back by Megson. Can't get in the cross. The referee looks at his watch. Howard Wilkinson looks anxious. There's no real reason to. Wednesday are on their way into the First Division without question. What a marvellous moment. The referee's whistle is in his mouth. It's all over. Sheffield Wednesday are back in the First Division after 14 years away. And Captain Courageous himself, Mike Lyons, and those supporters have deserved it after a momentous season. Marvellous scenes here at Hillsborough. And thankfully, only a few spectators so far have come onto the pitch. They roar their approval in acknowledgement of a fine side and a job well done, and no one's done it better than Mike Lyons there. In his second season with the club, he's ensured a First Division life again for Sheffield Wednesday. The result was only a 1-0 victory, but that was what they came for. And Sheffield Wednesday can now look to the future with pride and with new aspirations. On a sunny day here in Sheffield, we've seen triumph all around us, and the players salute the crowd, and it really is marvellous to see them all hugging one another. And Mark, this must be a tremendous moment for everybody at the club.
Oh, tremendous, tremendous.
Marvellous scenes here then at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday are back in the First Division after 14 years away. These are the scenes of triumph, and no one has deserved it more than Mike Lyons, the captain, who finds himself going back to a First Division future after just 2 years in the Second Division. And look at that for a marvellous scene on a sunny day in Sheffield. The result, a win for Sheffield Wednesday by 1-0. The scorer was Mel Sterland from the penalty spot. It was all Wednesday needed. Crystal Palace, meanwhile, have trudged away, knowing they're still involved in a relegation fight. But most thoughts here are for these Sheffield Wednesday players who celebrate in style. They've lost only 5 games all season, and I don't think anyone can deny them their right to a place back at the top in the game. It's been a wonderful season for Howard Wilkinson, his first year here at Hillsborough, and he's done a tremendous job, but so have all of those players. Now the only question to be decided is whether Sheffield Wednesday will end the season as champions or merely as one of the new teams to be promoted to the First Division. So, rejoicing all around then here at Hillsborough, a famous club with a famous history, and now they can all look forward to the future with tremendous hope and new aspiration. And there's Mel Sterland, the man whose penalty goal in the 52nd minute has ensured this momentous victory for Sheffield Wednesday. Glorious scenes, a great day, and Sheffield Wednesday are back at the top in the First Division next season. And Roger Green was talking now with Mel Sterland.
Well, Mel, you're the man that scored the goal that put Wednesday up. How do you feel now?
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? Lovely. Nice to score winner.
Marvellous atmosphere.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant fans. Fantastic fans.
How did you feel when that penalty went in?
I felt a bit nervous like that. I put it in and that's made problems in.
What are your feelings right now?
Oh, I'm shattered at the moment like that. It's fantastic. Oh, Yorkshire lad, First Division, brilliant.
Mike Lyons, can you put into words exactly how you feel right now?
Very, very relieved, really. The crowd have been tremendous all season. A little bit disappointed with the way the game went today. I mean, we didn't play particularly well, and that probably changed it a little bit. But at the end of the season, you look back on the whole season, and I think the fans are so made up, not so much for today's game, but for all the season, for all the work and effort we put in, and we've got the points, and just great, make so many people so happy at this present moment.
What does it mean to you personally going back to Division 1?
Well, it's the only place to play in. I had a load of great years there with Everton, and it's really looking forward to going back again. Obviously, it's much better going to play on First Division grounds, and I think we've got a First Division crowd here, and all the people want to see First Division teams. So it's great to, for so many people to want so much, and at the end of the season, you can deliver the goods, which we've done now.
Well, Nigel, your first season with the club, and what a fantastic way to finish it.
It's tremendous. It's just not over yet. We'd like to win the championship, but that's us up in the First Division next year. I think we could have played a little bit better, but 1-0 was a great result for us, and it's a great day for Sheffield Wednesday.
And when you left Notts County, you said, well, I think I'll be back up there in the First Division next season.
Well, it's come true.
Absolutely. Do you think you'll be playing Notts County?
I would like to hope so, yes.
But it's been a fantastic spirit in the dressing room, hasn't it, since you came in?
Tremendous. From the first day I came, the lads has been super to me, and they've helped me right through the 9-10 games I've played for them, and this is one of the biggest mates.
You've got the biggest smile in Sheffield
right,
tonight.
Yeah, it's good at winning goal. It's lovely.
There's the man who's been sweating it out with me in the commentary box. Mark, how have you enjoyed the afternoon?
Oh, brilliant. Really enjoyed it. It's been great. Top class.
Well, it was the next best thing to actually being out there, I suppose,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
very disappointed that I couldn't be out there helping the lads on, but as you say, it was the next best thing. And the reception they got at the end, it was brilliant.
Yes, and I think you've been talking to me this afternoon about life in the First Division. You can hardly wait for the start of next season now, I think.
Not looking forward to pre-season, but looking forward to, First Division and playing against First Division opponents.
How do you think you'll do?
I think we'll do well. I think we'll do a Watford.
There'll be more champagne at this stage next season.
Oh, yeah, no danger.
Howard, many congratulations. We're both covered in champagne, but it must be a very sweet moment for you.
Yes, sweet indeed, yes.
You've deserved it. I mean, it's been a fantastically long season, I suppose, but have you ever had your worries?
Seems like an eternity. Had my worries.
Yes. You looked a little bit worried to us on the bench today.
Well, I would think that wouldn't go down as one of our better performances, but I suppose at the end of the day, the result was the thing that counted. We're in the First Division now, I don't know, it's 14 years, isn't it?
That's right, 14 years it is.
The support was fantastic.
It's been a long time coming for them, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, some of them will never have seen First Division football.
That's right, I mean, you've achieved it in your first season, so I mean, it's been a marvellous achievement for you as well.
Well, we've achieved it in our first season. The players done tremendous for me. Absolutely tremendous.
Sorry.
Well, it's just reward, I think, for the hard work they've put in.
You've talked recently about one or two of them getting a bit edgy, a bit nervy, and that showed in the play again, perhaps, today.
Yeah, I perhaps underestimated the amount of pressure they felt from the public, perhaps. The amount of tension they had within themselves, because I think, in a sense, they felt a tremendous responsibility towards the public.
Yeah, when the penalty, did you dare watch it, by the way, the penalty?
Oh, I watched the penalty, yeah.
What were your feelings when it went in?
I feel that I was annoyed when it went in, because I was annoyed about 2 minutes before, and my annoyance hadn't dissipated by the time it had gone in. Because we didn't really play well today, but we got the result that we wanted.
All right, you've no reason to be annoyed now, and those supporters are now looking forward to seeing you in the First Division.
I hope so, yes. They're tremendous.
Thanks very much, Helen. Well done again. Well, some marvellous scenes there in the dressing room. I've moved away from the hullabaloo in there, and we can now take a rather calmer look at what all that leaves us with. And let's start then with the top of Division 2. Sheffield Wednesday then promoted to the First Division, and Chelsea, who had a spanking 5-0 win over Leeds United, well, they're on their way up too, aren't they? But Newcastle United, amazingly, were beaten 1-0 at Cambridge, their first win in 32 matches. Grimsby Town, as you see, are still in with a faint hope of promotion, but Manchester City have really got some work to do if they're to go up into the First Division. A look at the bottom of the Second Division, and Crystal Palace, having suffered that defeat, are still in danger, of course. Derby County, having beaten Manchester City, improving their chances of staying up. So Swansea and Cambridge are the only two teams definitely relegated. Well, at the top of the First Division, of course, Liverpool and Manchester United have been pretty tight and tense all season, and Manchester United have let things slip, and they did so again yesterday. Looking at that caption, you'll see that Liverpool have a 2-point advantage now. They both drew yesterday. Liverpool at home to Ipswich, and Manchester United were also held at home, a goalless draw against West Ham United. But Queen's Park Rangers still in, with a little bit of a chance, I suppose. At the bottom of the First Division, Wolves already down, and it looks pretty bad now for Notts County after their 3-1 defeat at Aston Villa. Ipswich or Stoke, or one or two other sides not on that caption, are still able to go down. Now, the top of Division 3 has been of particular importance to this area all season, with Hull City and Sheffield United going so well. Well, Sheffield United had a marvellous win yesterday at Southend. 1-0 was the score down there at Roots Hall. As you see, they're 7 points behind Oxford. Only 1 point, however, behind the second club, Wimbledon, and Wimbledon are due at Bramall Lane next Saturday. But there was a surprising defeat for Hull City, beaten 3-1 at Orient. And Bradford City still there with a very slight chance of promotion after their victory during the week. At the bottom of the Third Division, a very good win too for Rotherham United, which has moved them clear of the bottom 4. They triumphed 3-0 against Gillingham, but as you see, Scunthorpe now are in a perilous position following their Friday night defeat at home to Millwall. At the top of Division 4, well, we've known for a long time that York City were going to be in the Third Division next season. As you see, they've got an overwhelming lead there, incredible 19 points clear of Doncaster. But what a dreadful day for Billy Bremner's side, beaten by the bottom club in all the 92, 1-0 at Chester. Bristol City, they drew, so did Reading, but it looks like those 4 are going to be the teams to go up to the Third Division next season. Well, we've had a marvellous, joyous day here at Hillsborough. It's been terrific to be part of the occasion and to see Sheffield Wednesday do it at last. They're back in the First Division after 14 years away, and we're going to leave you with these marvellous scenes of celebration at Hillsborough. I hope you've enjoyed the programme. Bye for now.
We love you, Wednesday.